Hello, beautiful green minded teachers, and welcome to the School Gardens with Ease podcast. I'm your host, Leila Mireskandari, founder and director of Kids Growing City, a non-profit organization focused on teaching the next generation how to grow their own food. And we do that mainly by helping elementary and middle school teachers grow and teach classroom and school gardens with ease. Even though I don't particularly like talking about myself, but since this is the introductory episode of this podcast, I think it matters that you hear a little bit about me so that you can decide if you want to continue, listening to me or not. I am a certified landscape designer. I have a master's degree in environmental studies with the focus on food growing education, which is accompanied by two diplomas, one sustainability education diploma and a business and the environment diploma from Schulich School of Business. I'm also a certified permaculture designer, and I am, believe it or not, a recovering software developer, if you can believe it, of all things. And I call myself a positive environmentalist with a passion for good food sovereignty. I've essentially placed all my bets on education. At the time of recording this episode, I have been doing this full time for over a decade, and I've worked with all kinds of school communities, teachers, students, parents, with, if not all, most types of gardens. I have ran after school, in school, lunch hour, weekend growing programs with all kinds of settings, with all kinds of people. I have trained my own facilitators who used to, before COVID, go in school and run my school gardening programs. I have trained teachers in person, online, in all different capacities. I have written countless growing lesson plans and have connected them with school curricula. And I have courses and programs for teachers in which I teach them how to grow school gardens successfully and with ease. If you can name it, I've probably seen it and done it. And I promise this is the last time that I'll spend so much time talking about me, because this podcast will be all about helping you, elementary and middle school teachers, teach amazing gardens into existence with ease. I will be distilling over a decade of my experience into bite-sized tips, tricks, strategy, and tactics and techniques, and I will share them with you on this podcast. And most importantly, I'll pull back the curtain and I'll show you why and how school gardens are successful, educational, and easily sustainable for years, and also why and how most school gardens unfortunately fail or are abandoned after a few seasons. The best part is, by following my advice, you'll know how to do it with ease, without headaches and burnout, unlike what usually happens, unfortunately. Now, this podcast, though, comes with a big warning. What you will hear here goes against most common advice, and I have a unique perspective to all of this, which comes from a very unique experience and knowledge base of over a decade of being in this field alongside all kinds of educators and parents and teachers and students, studying in this field and getting my hands dirty. At this point in my career, I want to share my secrets with you unapologetically, even though I know that it might ruffle some feathers. There are other experts in this field who will disagree with it, with a lot of the things that I'm about to tell you in this podcast. I'm sure you will at first disagree with a lot of things you'll hear in this podcast too, mainly because it's the opposite of what's out there, what's commonly believed out there, and what you've been hearing out there. Or it might go against what you've done in the past and you now are attached to your old ways. For example, everyone else will tell you that to start a school garden, you'll need to put together and organize some sort of a garden committee. And that's the opposite of what I will tell you to do. Even though I agree that community is super important, I completely disagree that you need them to start growing this garden, this school garden of yours. Not only that, I'd go as far as tell you that it's detrimental to your success. This is the topic of a completely separate episode, and I promise that I will thoroughly explain my reasoning behind everything that I tell you in all of the episodes. But for this introductory episode, it's just an example of what you'll hear, the types of things that I'll tell you on this podcast. And if you really want to succeed and do it with ease, I ask you to listen with an open mind. I love you. And I care so much that it hurts to the deepest part of my soul. I have so much respect for teachers, and I'm done watching you suffer through bad advice, put so much hope, energy, and time into your gardens with little or no results to show for it, end up burnt out and resentful. And I'm done watching the rest of you sitting on the sidelines, scared of taking the first step because you think that you can't do it. I hope you follow and listen because I know this will help. Growing amazing, producing educational gardens can be much easier than you can ever imagine. And I'm here to show you how. I'm here for you and I love you. Follow and listen. Talk to you soon.